What's up, everybody in computer land? It's Aftermath on YouTube, and it's time for our fails. Who'll start? Me? Sure, let's go. Here's my fail. I'm having a hard time with Otis. He has not sustained any momentum, but how could you when you lose your tag team partner, you lose your girlfriend, you lose your Money in the Bank briefcase, and then you lose a match to get into Survivor Series? If Otis isn't the most depressed guy on the roster right now, I don't know who is. But not only that, he lost his tag partner, and you think there's going to be a monster rivalry between them, but then tag partner goes to Raw, loses a match last week, and this week was a one-time 24/7 champion, which maybe shows you how far down the rung poor Tucker has gone. But Otis, what happened, man? Who did you wrong? What happened to you in your life, Otis? Momentum is gone, and that's my fail.
Yeah, he's like a country song, man. Hopefully his dog doesn't die soon because he's right there on the doorstep. But things will get brighter.
I hope so, man.
Great
Try
advice.
to be positive. Try to be
That's
positive.
it. Anthony's trying to be positive.
I look at it this way. As Kevin pointed out in our win segment, there was a little bit of a bright spot with Retribution, surprisingly. Maybe there's a possibility here we could have a little bit of a bright spot with Otis in the future. I'm not convinced. See, this past Monday on Raw, we had a second chance opportunity for guys to get on the Raw Survivor Series team. Yeah, maybe there's an opportunity on SmackDown similar to that for Otis. I don't know. I believe in second chances. I'm just not confident.
Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be Otis, I guess is how the song goes. I don't know. I think it'd be a pretty good country song, Anthony. Yeah, I don't know. Otis, it's been tough, man. And in regards to Tucker, Nug, one of the viewers actually wrote in and said last week on Raw, he lost like a 5-second match, what seemed like a 5-second match. So yeah, he is quickly, there's a rug, and then I think there's Tucker underneath it. I'm not sure. I haven't spotted him quite yet, but I would also like to dedicate a country song to Otis. Like, let's hope that things don't go the way of the dog dying and also grows up to be a cowboy or a working man. I don't know. Let's hope that things turn around for poor Otis.
His new entrance music should be, ooh, child, things are going to get easy.
Careful, don't sing too much of it. We'll have to pay for royalties.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
But I tell you what, when you get, called up to whatever brand and you're on television, you realize you got to stay there. And it's quite tangible, the fact that Tucker is declining quickly. So, I mean, in his personal life, I feel bad for the guy. It's not a good feeling. And hopefully he could figure out something and pitch some ideas and get himself back into a place where he's a little more comfortable.
Well, I will say this, as someone who has done a similar thing, Tucker was in a tag team called Heavy Machinery, and Tucker is no longer as heavy as he was when he was in Heavy Machinery. And that can cost you your slot. People see you a certain way, and you go in this pigeonhole, and then you change, and people go, well, you're not heavy for Heavy Machinery. Split, you're gone, and they don't know what to do with you because you filled a role. If you don't fill that role anymore, they don't know what to do with you.
Yeah, that's true.
Kevin, you've got a missing first name as your fail.
Yeah, we should all just go by our last names or one name from here to eternity. No more first names. Let's go with a top-tier MMA star, Matt Riddle. Matthew Riddle. I don't care. Call him Matthew. That's his name. It's gone, though. Unfortunately, he is now just Riddle. We could paint him green. We could throw some question marks on him, and then he could be a villain to Batman, and we could try to solve his riddles every week. That seems like where we're going all of a sudden with Matt Riddle, who's an actual badass MMA star. He came from UFC. He was an amazing UFC fighter who just... Well, we don't have to get into why he didn't succeed a couple times in UFC. But anyways, he is a legitimate shoot fighter. And all of a sudden, he's just Riddle. And if you don't know that he was a UFC star and you just all of a sudden see his name is Riddle, you're like, who the hell is Riddle? Or is that the riddle? And then you're left wondering, is that what I'm supposed to care about? Anyways, Matt Riddle losing his first name, I don't like it.
Yeah, especially when your last name is also a different word that means something. I mean, if you just called me Corelli, okay, that's a name. But Riddle,
Mm.
that's a word that can totally throw you off what the actual persona is. Yeah, I was not impressed with the fact. I don't know if it's because of trademark copyright stuff and they want to, whatever. Just call him Matt Riddle.
Yeah, and like you said, Anthony, his last name, it has a double meaning, and when you're trying to grow your audience, people who are not familiar with a Matthew Riddle, and people who are not familiar maybe with the WWE and are tuning in for the first time, and they hear Riddle, now they're starting to think, is this like a nickname? Is this where's the connection here? If you call him Matthew Riddle and you explained it, anyways.
Well,
It can be confusing.
I just feel bad for that guy in NXT whose name is Jim Puzzle. I feel terrible for him. It came up on the screen last night, Riddle, and I didn't think my wife was paying attention, and she just went, "What? What is this? They took away his first name just because you can't figure this guy out?" And I'm like, maybe.
Bro.
Maybe that's what they did. Yeah,
Bro.
This dude is like super bro, and then gets in the ring and murders you, and like has knockdown dragouts with Sheamus. Like, I mean, there's a contradiction there. Is it a puzzle you can't figure out? No, the kid's not a Rubik's Cube. He's an MMA fighter. Yeah. I don't get it. He should come out every week and tell one riddle.
Yeah,
just for kids. Just for the kids. The riddle of the week.
I like the fact that he's not afraid to give it too, man. He comes out there and there's some big guys and laying it in, and he lays it in right back. So that's
Absolutely.
very good.
Anthony, your fail is something that we sort of talked about a little bit during the wins, but It's that these Raw Survivor Series teams, no one can get along.
Too much dissension amongst the ranks. It's ridiculous. It's actually, if the whole idea is going to be team versus team, at least become a team before the match in some capacity. I get there's potential for storylines on the show afterwards and stuff like that, but it's not the point. The point is team versus team. Let's just do it. And to be honest, when it's done with both the men and the women, it's overkill, and it's not being done right, and it's not needed. And anyway, that's my fail.
No, I couldn't agree with you more, because back in the day when I was there as a SmackDown referee, as part of the SmackDown brand, there was that brand loyalty. I mean, like, the guys and gals on each brand kind of were loyal to their brand, and there was that little bit of a rivalry going on, that we're better than you guys. No, we're better than you guys, and stuff like that. That's been lost now, and Survivor Series was always supposed to be this team versus this team. And like you said, Anthony, it's becoming this team is infighting versus this team, which is infighting. Which team can get along long enough to win? It's lost its cachet. It's lost its meaning. And especially when the Raw team, 4 of the 5 guys on the Raw team were SmackDown superstars just not too long ago.
Yeah.
Now, Jimmy, I have a question. Just wondering, would you fight to be the captain of the SmackDown team of the refs back when you were a sports entertainment referee?
Well, if Timmy White was still there, he's our captain. If Hebner was there, depending on who was there, hey.
This is the kind of camaraderie that the teams need. You need Jimmy there to say, no, we can have somebody else be the captain. That's okay, guys. You don't need to fight to be the captain, because as we've mentioned before, why do you need to be the captain? What does that make you? Why is that so good? It doesn't matter. Jimmy, just jump in there and you can sort everything out. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Cool.
In my interview with Keith Lee this past week, which you can see on the Sportsnet YouTube page,
Great plug.
Thank you. But I asked him about getting along with his team, and he said, I will get along with the team, and then right after the match, if I have any problems with anybody, I will take care of it. So for the sake of the team, Keith Lee said he'll get along with everybody. He's not a big fan of Braun Strowman, but as soon as the match is over, he's willing to just take out Braun Strowman or anybody else. So even he's ready to get along with people. I can't say the rest of the team is the same. But when it's happening with the men, with the women, and a common theme over the last 6 months with every tag team is, there's dissension in the ranks. At some point, this has to be called out, and it has to end. And then they've broken up. Every tag team is broken up. Everybody's not getting along. Everybody doesn't like each other. They split tag teams up, and it's For what reason? Just because they don't get along? You're not supposed to get along unless you're a team or unless you're brothers or sisters. And even then they have fights. So if everybody can't get along, don't have teams, or just make teams and say, sorry, time to get along.
Everybody love everybody.
Everybody into the love pool all at the same time. Jimmy, I do not disagree with your fail.
Well, you know what? I had high hopes for Lars Anderson when he was in NXT, coming up to the main roster. And then Lars Sullivan. Did I say Anderson?
Yes, you did.
Man, again, there's a flashback to the past. Anyways, Lars Sullivan, there you go. If I was invested in Lars Sullivan, I would remember his name. Right now, he is not resonating with me. I am not buying in. Here's another big, mean-looking guy who, oh my goodness, I got bullied when I was younger, yada, 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 so I'm going to go inside the ring and do whatever I want. And that sit down with Michael Cole that he had this past Friday on SmackDown didn't do anything to help me get more invested in him. Right now, so far, Lars Sullivan, don't care.
Yeah, sometimes you want to be a person, and you want to, just get to know the person behind the character. But sometimes you should be a gimmick and a monster and a character. And I think Lars should be like Lars the Bruiser, or Lars Lars. He doesn't. I don't need to see the person Lars Sullivan, the guy who was a landscaper or whatever he was in the past. It's okay for him to have a crazy, outlandish gimmick because he looks like that, and it'll be easier to project upon a screen, so to speak, than just kind of be a guy. He's definitely in the middle somewhere, lost a little bit, but there's potential there.
I don't know if this guy's name is going to be Freak one day, but I feel like they mentioned Freak or called him a freak, or he is a freak infinity times. So maybe he is no longer going to be Lars or Sullivan. He will just be Freak.
My God, he's going to lose both names?
Both names and turn into a shorter, different name. It's I'm with
Freak
Jimmy.
Sullivan.
Freaks. Oh, old Freak Sulzy, Freaksy.
If it was hockey, he'd be Sulzy for sure.
Yeah. Here we go, Sulzy.
I gotta say, I'm not a fan of Lars Sullivan, but I do enjoy that every time he's on the screen, I think he looks like the Crusher from the old Warner Brothers cartoon where Bugs Bunny fought.
Just pass him by.
Crusher! That's the guy I think of every time, because that's what he looks like. He's got this huge upper body, this weird hulking mass of a human, and I don't want to hear him talk, and I don't want to hear them call him a freak, because everybody's different. Everybody should be equal, and don't make fun of the way everybody looks. But here we go. We're going to call this guy the freak and take away his actual name and call him a freak? Give me a break.
Yeah, freak can have a negative connotation to it. Obviously, you freak, but there's also like in the gym, right? Like someone's like, yeah, that guy's a freak, like in a positive way. I don't know what it is, what he's, good luck, Lars.
Freak or not invested.
Oh, Jeffrey. Call him Jeffrey.
Leg day today, Lars? What? Oh, never mind. Just shoulders and back. Got it. Cool. All right.
he's built like a triangle.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, those are our fails for the week. What were yours? Let us know on Twitter. Use the hashtag AskAftermath if you have any questions, and tag Jimmy Corderas if you have any recipes or life coaching that you'd like to send his way. Join us back here on the YouTube page, because we've got a bunch of Undertaker talk for his 30th anniversary, and also it's trivia time with Kevin. I'm very excited.